Welcome to Bible for Overcomers. I'm going to have to move fast because I'm losing my light. Anyway, I want to talk about the subject of minding our own business. Now, when you preach the gospel to somebody, you're fulfilling the will of God. You're not necessarily meddling with them. We are commanded to present Jesus. But getting meddlesome and involving ourselves in people's lives, not with a desire to help, but to be a busybody, that is something that the Bible speaks specifically against. And we have enough to worry about with our own selves without having to worry about correcting everyone else's issues. So let's just look here at a few verses. And Romans 14 and verse 10, it says, "But why do you judge your brother, or why do you set at naught thy brother? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ." And over in 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11, it says that you study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. And finally, in the book of Proverbs, let's see, it's chapter 27, Proverbs 27 and verse, Proverbs 26:17. "He that passes by and meddles with strife that does not belong to him is the same as one who takes a dog by the ears." Imagine if you took a German Shepherd or a pit bull or some sizable dog by the ears and just started to shake it, especially a dog that you didn't know. Well, that's not going to go well. The risk-reward potential is to the downside. So we should study to be quiet, to mind our own business. The last thing, for example, you should be doing is, if you hear your neighbors and their voices are raised, to be instantly calling the cops on them, because that never ends well. Statistically, calling the police does not end well, and you have no business to do that. Everybody has issues. We should check and make sure there's a real emergency before we start calling authorities on people. That's not loving your neighbor. And I know all of us have stories that we could relate about how people getting involved unnecessarily in someone else's life usually is not the way to go. Here's another example. You see two people getting a little loud or testy with each other in a store. You're going to run and call store security? Are you paranoid that it's going to become an issue? Just think back on the times when you were stressed out, when you were operating on little sleep and your boss was all over you and you're with somebody that's just rubbing you the wrong way. It doesn't mean that's going to degenerate into some fight or some bad situation. And it'd be good if we would learn to mind our own business. Of course, there's a time to take note of things, especially if you think there's some sort of, sex trafficking or whatever going on. Obviously, there's a time. But I think many Christians are a little bit too quick to play the judge, and while their own house is not in order, they want to jump in and grab that dog by the ears. And many times it's better to seek peace, to study to be quiet, and to mind our own business, and not to play the part of the fool.